Good morning. I'm Bob Griffin. I am president of Manet Community Health Center, and I welcome you to our ribbon cutting event today. Manet is a federally qualified community health center. We take all patients, irrespective of ability to pay. We're very excited to be here in Attleboro. It is just a continuation of our mission, serving folks in need of primary care. This wonderful building, as is being fitted out, could not have been achieved without the support of many people, including Congressman Auchincloss, Mayor Aru, Representative Hawkins, and the Mass League Community Health Center President Michael Curry. Collectively, they put together financial, administrative resources to make this a reality, and we're fully appreciative. Now, what I want to do is turn the program over to our energetic leader, our CEO, Cynthia Sierra, who really, along with the staff here and the providers, have made this a reality. So, Cynthia.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you. So, good morning. I'm pleased to be with everyone on this really wonderful, important occasion, not just for Manet Community Health Center, actually more importantly for the community in the city of Attleboro. And pleased to be here in a pandemic way with all of you, and this smaller reflection, and so appreciative that you're here. And also wanted to recognize our partner from Sturdy Memorial Hospital, and part of the reason why we are here, and Dr. Patel, and then Tony Phelps, that's representing Boston Medical Health System and their ACO. And this is just a wonderful, splendid story that actually started when we opened in 2014 in Taunton. And we really took hold, if you will, in 2015, 2016, and we realized the city of Attleboro, and how could we build a bridge and be able to serve this particular community. So in 2019, we came on a listening tour, and frankly, a talking tour too, and we spoke about the attributes and the value of community health centers. And this community and this city and the service professionals were just all in. And what can we do to bring a health center here? And so just such an honor and a privilege on behalf of the staff here, as Bob reflected on, and Dr. Bill Brandon, his medical leadership, and Nicole McCary and her operational leadership, to be here. So we're going to take you to the other side, which is a beautiful starting clinic that we're so proud of. We're receiving patients. This is symbolic that we're in this expansion space today, because this will be the full-on vision of what we see for a community health center in Attleboro. And so primary care at the center of it by the most splendid, magnificent, sensitive, compassionate providers, but also integrated into that counseling, mental health counseling, substance use counseling, medication-assisted treatment, the work of wellness, the work of nutrition, the work of diabetes. So this is just a premier, beautiful health center, and will be that for our patients. And so we're so enthused and so looking forward to working with this community and with this city, and just a partnership together. So without further ado, Representative Congressman Auchincloss can't be here for the most magnificent of reasons in the world. Dana Hansen, who just a dear colleague to us, and representing him today. So I'll turn it over to Dana. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, everybody. Good morning. It is amazing to be here at the ribbon cutting of Manet on, and isn't this Community Health Center Awareness Week, which is really exciting. And as we've all been saying, community health is so important in times of COVID or not. And as we said, Representative Auchincloss wanted to be here today. He could not, but I have a little visual because a picture is worth 1,000 words. It's hard to see, but here's our congressman with baby Grace. Last Friday, she's less than a week old, you guys see. Smiles from ear to ear from our congressman. So he does send his regards today, and he is just so grateful to Cynthia and the whole team at Manet. He is, of course, delighted to be housemates here. We have one of our district offices right upstairs. So Jenna and our interns, William and Evan, are here as well. And we're just so excited to see Manet expanding into the fabulous city of Attleboro with Mayor Hero and Representative Hawkins here. We've been so grateful to have such wonderful partnerships. And in terms of what Cynthia was saying about this potential expansion over on this side, Congressman Auchincloss was delighted to support community project funding for this potential for some federal funding to help infuse this. We are all crossing our fingers and toes that it will be making its way through congressional budgeting process, and we are just so delighted to be here today, and we are so grateful that this ribbon cutting could happen even though we are thinking mindfully about COVID, and we're really looking forward to being partners and housemates with y'all. So thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Dana. And yeah, it can't be understated. Michael Curry, our colleague, will be here to speak about National Health Center Week and 30 million that are served, and we're so proud to be a part of that. But also the support of Congressman Auchincloss, and yes, and fingers are crossed for sure, and what a difference that will make in the build out here. So we have some wonderful colleagues and our leaders in government that have made this possible, and they too have deep affection and deep roots in Attleboro. So they have been teachers to all of us. So without further ado, Mayor, we welcome you and thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, Cynthia. So it's really nice to be here with all of you today. I'm very pleased that this space is going to continue to be used. I was telling Cynthia earlier that when I was probably about 13 or 14 years old, in this very location, this very spot, it was Bank of Boston. And that's where I opened up my first savings account. So it's, then it became Bank Boston, then eventually Bank of America, I think, there was a progression in this spot. So it's just very nice to see that Manet has decided to invest in Attleboro and open up in this location so that it's, not a vacant lot or a vacant spot in Attleboro. Cynthia came to me first, probably I'm thinking well over 3 years. Was it over 3 years ago?
It was close to,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, it was about 3 years ago or so, and said she was interested in opening up and expanding to Attleboro, and they have a unique niche. And so I said, whatever we can do to help, just let me know. And I was very pleased that their vision came through, and so I have this small certificate of recognition. It's for Manet Community Health Center, 8 North Main Street, and it's the citizens of Attleboro congratulate you on this wonderful event and wish you every success with your new establishment, signed and sealed this 12th day of August in 2021. So Cynthia, thank you.
Mayor. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Such appreciation, thank you. And without further ado, just a good colleague, good leader, also such a compassion and commitment to the city of Attleboro. This wouldn't be the event that it is if Representative Jim Hawkins didn't join us today. So please, thank you. Thank you so much.
I don't know about that, but thank you. It's very cool to see this building, which is probably one of the most prettiest buildings in the city, being used for so nicely and so well thought out, and to match some of the other offices like Congressman Auchincloss's office in this building. But more important, Manet provides such important services, especially for Attleboro as it changes with the community health program. This is so welcome in the city and is going to help so many people. And I have to mention, when we walked in, Cynthia was talking about in 2019 how it was just kind of low-key and they were thinking about it. To her, thinking about it means working 24/7 and meeting with everybody in the city. A one-person whirlwind, amazing. So thank you, everybody that's had a piece of this for making this happen. A lot of staff, a lot of people, and this is a welcome addition to the city. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, so much. Michael Curry, the President and CEO of our Massachusetts League of Community Health Centers, a true and pure partner in making all things possible.
I go back a little while at the league, 13
Yes,
years.
yes.
Now 14 years, and I was here when many of the health centers were operating in buildings that weren't really appropriate for the care that we provide. The Affordable Care Act was passed, and it infused cash and money in the health centers to grow, and then the ACA, actually ARA in 2008, and then the ACA. And it's just amazing for me in the short period of time I've been at the health centers to see health centers grow like they have, including Manet, and to be able to serve more people. Ultimately, we provide affordable care, as people know. We provide care that's less costly than other settings. We keep people out of inpatient days in hospitals. We help people with addressing the health disparities that so often impact communities. And Manet's been on the front line of that. So it's just the league, 52 members, over 1 million patients, and a critical part of that is the work that you do at Manet. So it is, we're very fortunate. And then, of course, Cynthia's a friend, so
Yes.
who we text each other. I don't text every CEO, but for those of us who know Cynthia, we're always texting when things come up. So I'm excited. If anything tested us, it's the last year and a half.
That's right. That's right.
I tend to tell people, because I'm a little bit of a historian, about the work that we do. And I say Jack Geiger, Count Gibson, the founders of this movement, we were born for a moment such as last year and this year. They understood that vulnerable communities were at risk on an everyday basis, but particularly when there is a pandemic, when there's a natural disaster. And that's where health centers kick in. Your patients that you served, the broader community that you serve, testing, contact tracing, and now vaccinations is a story to tell. So for the mayor, the congressman, your local representatives, I think, credit to all of them, because I think everyone came together, and you would tell me the stories about how people just rolled up their sleeves and they wanted to be part of it. So I think we're very fortunate. And then this new site is just an extension of where I think people see health centers now, which is where we need to be in more places, providing more care at a lower cost,
That's right, Michael.
and quite frankly, saving lives. And
Yes.
this sounds, for those who don't really know what we do, it is saving lives. Last but not least, I was going through an airport last year, and some medical professionals, some clinicians walked through, like the doctor here, and people applauded them like they would the military when they walked through. And this was during the height of the pandemic. And it choked me up,
Yes.
like, just to think that we now recognize that when people show up at work and they're treating patients with the uncertainty of the Delta variant and going home to their kids, their grandkids, and they do it anyway, that those are heroes and sheroes that we need to now look at differently
That's right.
after the last 18 months or so. So just thankful to be here.